together in the presence of God for the marriage of Lizzie and Taylor, to share their joy and to promise them our support and love. Thank you both for letting me have this honor and this joy to be with you here today. Christian marriage is a joyful covenanting between two people. In this covenant, they proclaim before God and human witnesses their commitment to live together in spiritual, physical, and material unity. In this covenant, they acknowledge that the great love of God has shown for each of them enables them to love each other. They affirm that God's gracious presence and abiding power are needed for them to keep their vows, to continue to live in love, to be faithful servants of Christ in this world. Human commitment is fragile and human love imperfect, but the promise of God is eternal, and the love of God can bring our love to perfection. Lizzie and Taylor, understanding that God has created, ordered, and blessed the covenant of marriage, do you affirm your desire and intention to enter this covenant?
We do.
Very good. Listen to the word of the Lord, 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. I can't say much better than what 1 Corinthians 13 has already said. But to endeavor upon marriage, one pastor puts it, is to endeavor to be fully loved and fully known. And that can be a scary thing. To be loved but not known is comforting but superficial, that pastor would say. To be known and not loved is our greatest fear. So to endeavor upon something to be known and fully loved, it's a big deal. It's a huge mountain to climb, but there's good reason to be hopeful. And there's a lot of joy and excitement that comes with it. To be loved but not known is comforting but superficial. To be known and not loved is our greatest fear. But to be fully known and truly loved is, well, it's a lot like being loved by God. Ephesians 5 gives us the impression that a marriage represents Christ in the church. You all can be a living, breathing example of the gospel. And what a wonderful thing. Let's get to some vows.
Taylor, I can't believe this day is finally here. I am so excited to marry you. You're my dream guy and all I've ever wanted, yet not at all who I expected to end up with. I wouldn't have believed it if you told me 2 years ago I'd be marrying a pastor in the middle of a global pandemic. Do you remember when we first got engaged and your only concern was that we hadn't experienced enough conflict together yet? Well, we've certainly made up for it during this season of engagement. I love that through those tough moments we both remember our love for each other and that we're on the same team. You help us to use those moments to learn more about each other and to gain a better understanding of how to communicate effectively. I know you don't believe in soulmates, but I believe you're mine. I can't imagine anyone else being a better fit for me. We balance each other out in so many ways, and I pray that our best qualities rub off on each other as we grow together continually into better versions of ourselves. At the same time, I pray we embrace our differences that make us who we are. I promise I will never give up on you, and I'm so ready to spend the rest of our lives together. I love you so much.
Lizzie, I thank God for the opportunity to love you for the rest of my life. I thank God that you are someone who balances me out. You help me slow down when I'm going too fast. You encourage me when I feel discouraged. You tell me how you feel when I can't pick up on it. But then you listen with empathy and love when I write a novel with how I feel back to you in words. You have a steadfast and faithful love that makes me feel at home. You tell me you love me before the words can ever leave your mouth. You are the perfect balance of wisdom, faith, patience, kindness, and humor. To tell you that you are the woman of my dreams would be a lie. My imagination wasn't creative enough to imagine someone as wonderful as you. You are an answered prayer and an amazing person. I promise I will love you with my whole heart, only second to our God. I will stand hand in hand with you as we worship God with our lives together. I will stand by you when times get hard. I will choose to love you more than myself. When I fall short, I will never stop working to reconcile and help us grow stronger together. My heart and life belong first to God, but then secondly, they belong to you. I love you forever. Taylor.
Taylor, if you would take Lizzie's ring and place it on her finger. And please repeat after me. This ring I give you.
This ring I give you.
As a sign of our constant faith.
As a sign of our constant faith.
And abiding love.
And abiding love.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Spirit.
And of the Holy Spirit.
Now, Lizzie, you would take the ring and place it on Taylor's finger. Repeat after me. This ring I give you.
This ring I give you.
As a sign of our constant faith.
As a sign of our constant faith.
And abiding love.
And abiding love.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
And of the Son.
And of the Son.
And of the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit.
Before God and in the presence of these people, Lizzie and Taylor have made their solemn vows to each other. They have confirmed their promises by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of rings. Therefore, I proclaim that they are now husband and wife. Those whom God has joined together, let no one separate. I present to you Lizzie and Taylor Young. You may now kiss the bride.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to y'all for the first time, Taylor and Lizzie Young.